The government of Ghana, through the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, is implementing the Ghana Commercial Agriculture Project, GCAP, with funds from the World Bank and USAID. The project development objective is to improve agriculture productivity and production of both smallholder and nucleus farms in selected project intervention areas in Ghana.
We simply exist to promote commercial agriculture, whether at the smallholder level or at the bigger picture, the bigger farmer level, because both are all in business. The funding from the World Bank, and they supported us to a tune of a total of $150 million. But for the irrigation, it's been $110 million. Going to the three irrigation schemes, Tono, the left bank, and the right bank, one irrigation scheme.
GCAP has implemented three major interventions. The first is the Matching Grant Scheme. The second is the Nasia Nabogo Inland Valley. And the third is the reformation of two public irrigation and drainage institutions, GIDA and ICER, and the rehabilitation and modernization of the three largest irrigation schemes. The Matching Grant Scheme supported 31 nucleus farmers and 10,292 outgrowers with land development, warehouses, irrigation infrastructure, access roads, and capacity building.
In 2014, the project set up a matching grant where we invited proven agribusinesses to apply for support to remove binding constraints from their operations. We focused on the crops rice, maize, soya, and then we added vegetables, and these were food security crops. The focus areas were the dense Sada, and that was the three northern regions, the upper Brong-Ahafo and then the upper Volta. And then we came to support down south, that's the right bank and the left bank of the Pong River. So that was the Sogakope area and Estuary.
The Nasia Nabogo Inland Valley, NNIV, was focused on improved rain-fed rice production. Out of a 20,000 hectare land that went under technical feasibility studies, 10,000 hectares was identified to be suitable for rice production under improved rain-fed conditions. GCAP developed a total of 600 hectares with bunds to retain water. The beneficiaries under NNIV include 6 investors and about 350 smallholder farmers.
We introduced the model lease agreement. It's a document we had already developed, and it shows how big investors would go into communities, large communities, to invest and use their land. So it helped with the community engagement, how to enter, the kind of negotiations both parties, that's the community and then the investor, what they should look out for. And it also provided a framework on the type of agreement they should sign. So we introduced that with the Nasia Nabogo investors, and I must say that it's proven to be quite beneficial to both the investors and then the communities.
And the third intervention is the reformation of two public irrigation and drainage institutions, GIDA and ICER, and the rehabilitation and modernization of the three largest irrigation schemes.
We've mainstreamed irrigation into agriculture in Ghana because our agriculture depends on rain, but we need to boost production and productivity for food security, also to supply the 1D, 1F companies all over the country. They need raw material.
GCAP has also provided management support and project coordination in collaboration with the Directorate of Crop Services of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture on the Ghana Peri-Urban Vegetable Value Chain Project, GPVVCP.
It's simply to improve productivity and also enhance market access for vegetable farmers within urban and peri-urban areas. We realize that vegetable is consumed. There's an ever emerging middle class in Ghana who are health conscious. And vegetable consumption, according to health authorities, is seen as an integral part of improving health. So, a vegetable is mostly cultivated around the urban area. So we identify some areas and say that let us help them to improve productivity and market access. And we had a grant of $2.85 million from the Japanese Social Development Foundation to undertake this assignment.
And one of the components of the project was to link up the farmers who are providing irrigation services to the market. And to do that, there were productive partnership entrepreneurs who are existing vegetable agribusinesses to link up with the farmers. So we had 7 of them selected. They were all on various levels of operations and stages of growth in their companies. And what the project did was to support them with some assets to be able to expand their operations and to be able to pick up the produce from the irrigation sites. That is Michelle Camp, Angosekope in Ada, Asokwa in the Ashanti region, and then Hikpo in the Volta region. As part of the training, just to say that the farmers have also gone through green label certification. That means that the produce that coming from it are of a high quality. And so we are very confident that any produce from these sites meets the health and safety and requirements of the regulatory bodies in the country.
Through these interventions, GCAP has influenced change, improved and encouraged best practices, and made a difference in the lives of its beneficiaries. To better appreciate the individual milestone and impact the GCAP interventions have had on the individual beneficiaries, we will categorize the achievement under 5 thematic areas. From Atebubu and Ejura in the Bono East region, we meet Mohammed Isufu Pangabu of P Farms. Under the matching grant, GCAP assisted with land development to produce maize and further supported him with a mechanical planter and 3 tractor heads.
During that time the grants were approved, I was down with stroke, I couldn't get up, so they wanted to cancel my grant because how do you get a grant to a sick person? So I had to force and get up by force. GCAP helped me do stamping on my field. I got 3 brand new tractors, New Holland from GCAP, which I'm still using now because they were very good tractors. The grant really helped us. The grant has helped me to be on my feet, and that's why we're able to embrace the plan for food and jobs, and we did it at least to the administration of the authority. As GCAP has let us, we shouldn't let the work we do die. It means if it hadn't kind, but we are growing. P Farms is now growing. Now our help is to help other farmers. I mean, I was just telling about this agro scheme. We help a lot of women. Women are more sincere in repayment than men. I mean, if you go to the bank for loan, the interest rate is too much. But GCAP help now, we give them no interest rate.
Under the Nasia Nabogo Inland Valley, Banse Farms Limited in West Mamprusi in the Northeast region got assistance in land development, water retention structure for improved rain-fed rice production.
Through the intervention of GCAP, we have seen very advanced equipment used for land preparation that even we, I must say, the commercial farmers didn't have access to because of how expensive they were. Before the intervention, the total land area here was not up to 50 acres. But as we speak now, we are doing 100 hectares, which translates to 250 acres of rice, thanks to this intervention. Our yield has increased from about close to 1.5 tons per hectare to about 4.5 tons per hectare. We had engaged some partners, scientists, I must say, who were also studying a shorter rice variety, which is drought resistant and which is good for our ecological zone. And so this call or this GCAP project came at the right time because we found that it was the perfect mix, I must say, to revolutionize our rice production within the northern sector and the country at large.
One of the success stories under the Ghana Peri-Urban Vegetable Value Chain project is the story of AB Farms. The project supported AB Farms in Adiambra, Ga West in the Greater Accra region with the construction of a pack house, a refrigerated van, and a reefer container.
I was not having light here. I can say I don't have light at all. GCAP and the GCAP project, we are able to do a transformer installation to my warehouse. Under the GCAP project, they helped me with this facility here, the cold storage, and also they gave me a cold track. And also this facility was built long ago. So they also helped me to do a renovation in the facility. Before, farmers were facing a lot of challenges. I do have a lot of orders from Ghana here, but I don't have produce to export. Under this project, they are able to do irrigation installation to the farmers at Michelle Camp and Angosikove Adan. And these farmers are producing for me. Because of that, now I don't have a shortage of produce. These farmers grow turia, curry leaves, long marrow, tinder, green chilies, green pawpaw, green mangoes, aubergines. These are the produce I bring from these farmers to the warehouse.
I think the project has helped us. Previously, we were not able to pay for our bills, but by the help of the project, we've had PPE, which is known as AB's Farm, who buys our produce, and we make a lot of money from the turia.
The support from the project has contributed to increased trade volumes for AB Farms and supported farmers. From Gushegu and Karaga in the northern region, Alhaji Muhib Hussein Haruna owns and runs Karma Farms. Karma Farms supports 1,700 smallholder farmers within the various farming communities he operates in. His support has provided inputs and technology to farmers and helped keep them and their dependents out of poverty.
When GCAP came in, some of the challenges that I was having, GCAP came in and then mitigate such challenges for me. Maybe as you people can see that now the post-harvest losses has now mitigated seriously, like the rice harvesting and other things. GCAP was able to support me with a combine harvester, and also the storage place for me and my outgrowers too. They've supported me. Warehouse, I can say that it saved me and my outgrowers seriously. You know, sometimes if the woman harvests, there are small bags. They store it in the house like this. Anytime the husband needs it, they will just pick it and they won't pay her back. And now, since we have a warehouse, the woman will say, Alaji, I'm having my 3 bags or 4 bags or 5 bags. Can I keep it in your house? I say, yes, you bring it there. So that his 4 or 5 bags is safe, and it can use it at any time that the woman wants to use it. So it helps my outgrowers and at the same time help myself too. Because through that warehouse, when Nestle Ghana came to visit my work site and the area, they saw the warehouse. That man just mentioned that, hey, Alaji, we are going to work with you. You are a serious farmer because your warehouse looks very nice to me. The future for Kama Farms is huge. You can see Muhammad Amin Kama. That's my son. I want him to take my place. Due to that, I supported him to do his master's in agri-economy. So that this is telling you that Kama Farms has a future.
My plans for the business is for us to go international, not just through production, but adding more value to what we've been producing. That's in terms of processing. Basically, our strengths are in rice, soybeans, maize, and groundnut. And aside groundnut, the three crops, rice, maize, soybeans, we produce seed too. We are seed producers of those three crops. And over the years, that is what have been able to help us in terms of getting to our outgrowers to supply them with the needed seed.
Martin Ariku of Ariku Farms in Bazwa in the Binduri district of the Upper East region has made impressive strides in his use of technology provided through the intervention. GCAP supported Ariku Farms with a center pivot system, a 500 metric ton warehouse, and a 200 hectare land development, farm road, and connection of electricity to his farm. He is a major seed grower and supplies many farmers in the Upper East region and beyond.
We had 1,551 outgrowers from the start of the project, and as of today, we have 3,118 smallholder farmers. We also did road connection to the farm gate through the support of GCAP. In 2014, I was a JAG National Best Seed Grower, and in 2016, I was the National Best Farmer First Runner-Up. So I think had it not been the help of GCAP, I would not be able to chop or to rise to that ladder. So and also even about 2 of our district farmers, our small outgrowers, became district best farmers. So I think that one by name Wahid Aburi became a district best farmer I think in 2018.
GCAP has also supported Sugarland Limited in Kotoko in the Volta region to erect greenhouses for vegetable cultivation. Initially, they had significant challenges operating the greenhouse, but were able to overcome the challenges and are now in full production. In Sandama, in the Upper East region, Akandam Farms have positioned itself strategically in the post-harvest management and support to other farmers in the district. GCAP assisted Akandam Farms to construct a warehouse at Sandama and later linked them to the Ghana Commodity Exchange (GCX) platform. Through this linkage, they have become a mobilization center within the Sandama area for grains to be traded on the GCX platform.
Ghana Commodity Exchange came in to support us. So they retrain our staff and also equip the warehouse, bring more buyers from outside who are now picking our grains from this facility. So as I speak today, Kandem warehouse, this particular warehouse, has now become the center for agribusiness within even the Upper East, because it was only the warehouse that was qualified to be set up as a delivering center for the Ghana Commodity Exchange within the Upper East in 2018 until date. So Kandem Farms has become the eye of agribusiness in the Bulsanov area, and it has helped a lot of farmers to put up houses, others acquire assets like motorcades, motorbikes, and then tractors, and then others also have become nucleus farmers to support smallholder farmers within the district.
In actual fact, in 2017, Akandem Farm graduated me from his farm because I was now doing large scale. We also introduced to community chamber Akandem Farms, where we have our farm produce having harvest. We come to put it at the warehouse to warehousing receipt. We'll be given a receipt for keeping your produce there. and a market will be found and sold. Then from there, you can be given, your account can be credited based on the quantity and then the amount that is given to you. Salary was not enough for me to be able to do some of the things. I envisaged an idea of I started the idea as my own house in 2019. I was not able to complete. It took me over 8 years. I was not able to do. But when I started commercializing my rice farming, I took it as a project. I've now been able to complete that, converted it to a guest house. I've now been able to complete about 5 rooms.
The final thematic area deals with the ability for the intervention to cause change in farmers and institutions that are not direct beneficiaries of the project. Like in the case of Abians Agro Limited in Asuchari, in the Greater Accra region, GCAP constructed a drying floor to dry paddy rice prior to milling. Other millings in the vicinity subsequently constructed their own drying floors when they realized the benefits.
The major infrastructure that was lacking was a properly constructed drying floor, because farmers were using tarpaulins, and tarpaulins, because of wear and tear, the spill of some of the paddy onto the sand on the bare ground, and when they are collecting them back, it also mixes with the paddy, so making the milling very adulterated. I mean, it's also not good for consumption. The drying floor has given employment to both the young men and the women. The women assist farmers to dry their rice for a fee. Then the young men also bring paddy from the field on tricycles, and also take rice from the drying floor either to the warehouse or to the mill for a fee. The floor too has also helped to improve the quality of milling and has reduced the drying time by about 50%. So farmers are able to dry quickly and go back to the field. I think the drying floor idea has impacted on some of the mills, so that they are now constructing drying floor. Perhaps the quality will not be as the GCAP constructed one, but at least they are making attempts to do so.
GCAP, in partnership with private farming agribusiness and other business entity management, have designed an effective management structure to ensure the long-term sustainability of the GCAP projects and investments. Although GCAP is ending, we are rest assured that the interventions will live on to continue providing food security, employment opportunities, and reduce poverty. In recognition of these amazing strides, we say, GCAP Ayiko Mofa, well done. Long live Ghana.